Posh Josh, and today we are here with
Buddah Ebony.
All right, Buddah. Now tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a commentator from Detroit.
Detroit, bitch.
In the ballroom scene. I've been in the ballroom scene for 10 plus years, but consistently for the past 7 to 8 years. Yeah, a lot of people know me for my commentation. Also do graphic design, do a little home improvement, and yeah, that's a little bit.
Okay, now, for those of us who don't know what a commentator is, can you please tell us what that is?
A commentator is basically like the MC of the ball. They control the ball, they take the votes, they do crowd control, and yeah, pretty much. Or make music, and/or.
Oh, because we have heard.
Look, I was about to say, and/or make music. Some do, some don't.
I
got a new pussy. I dipped it in sauce. Everywhere I go.
Okay.
Actually, was just listening to it before you came in.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
To get in the zone.
Good.
So, how did you first get introduced to ballroom, and what made you want to pick up the mic?
The way I got introduced to ballroom was when I first was coming out. Ran into some guy, whatever, and long story short, he was listening to something in his headphones, and I liked the music. And so I'm like, dang, what is that? And so, you know, that's back when LimeWire and FrostWire and all that stuff was out. So, you know, I was big with computers and stuff. So I went in and I searched it up, looked it up, and it was some Jay Karan or something like that. And I really liked that music. But that was when I graduated around 2009-ish, 2008, 2009. Then I had friends who knew more about the ballroom scene, I guess you could say. Friends that were in the ballroom scene and whatnot, and so that's when I went to my first ball. And after that, it just took off. Like, I started going to balls more often. I would look at YouTube clips, and then, of course, there were people like Kevin Jay-Z Prodigy, who I looked up to.
Shout out to Kevin Jay-Z Prodigy.
Hello, the icon. Then Greg Lanvan, legendary Greg Lanvan, I looked up to him. And there were some other people like Takara. I'm not sure if any of the new girls know who Takara is. No, not that Takara. Not that. Takara was a commentator, but she was dope. She was dope, no shade. But that's who I looked up to. So I would say those three.
Do you remember your first night commentating? And if so, how did it go?
I do remember my first night commentating. I used to commentate at the centers a lot before I actually even got booked for a ball. But funny thing is, I used to call myself Commentator Buddah, right?
Okay.
I came out with that name. I was not even a commentator then.
Ah!
So, like, I didn't know nothing. That's the gag. I didn't know anything about how it went in the scene, so I just thought, oh, well, I like doing this, so I thought you just call yourself a commentator. So
Face Kid Josh.
I was like, oh, I'm Commentator Buddah. And so everybody just thought I was this commentator when really I never even commentated the ball, did anything like that. I kind of did, like I kind of manifested that in a way, and I didn't know it. But I was booked, I think Vixen booked me for her first IMU ball. And Kevin was on the mic, and it was me on the mic. And I remember the ball starting, and Kevin, I didn't know what to do. So Kevin said, say, you know, this is the name of the ball, who you are, or whatever, and, you know, call out your first bitch.
Okay.
I did that. Called out my first bitch. My first bitch did not come out.
Now, just for the record, because we are here with For the Record, who was the first bitch?
Now, I don't want to say for certain because this is my girl, but for the record, I think it was legendary Kyra, but that is my girl, no shade, but I think,
Ebony?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, ex-Ebony.
Okay.
She was a Machiavelli, but I believe she's just a 007 now. But I think that was the first girl I called out because that's who I do. I'm like, oh, but it's my girl. I should call her out. I really didn't know how the scheme of things really went. I was just winging it.
You said, girl, I know you, so you come
out. You come out.
I'm winging it, and I need
girl, she paid it. So then, but I love her though. But then after that, all I remember is I didn't have that mic for the rest of the night.
So who was your biggest influences? Who was your biggest influences or inspiration in the scene?
My biggest influences and inspiration as far when it comes to commentation and music, it would be I looked up to Kevin, like I said before, Greg, Takara. That's kind of where my sound and style comes from. So I would say those three. Oh, and Jukebox. Jukebox, if y'all don't know who he is, I think he took his stuff down off SoundCloud or what have you. But if you don't know who Jukebox is, over. Shakova. No shade.
Okay. What do you think the difference is between a good commentator and a legendary one?
What do I think? A good commentator can chant. A good commentator can run the ball. A legendary one, they set the tone. I think they know what it is, what's going on. Like, they know how to, it's without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? No mishaps, no mistakes. They know how to count the votes. They know how to control the crowd. They know how to get the girls up. They know how to tell a joke here, two. You know what I'm saying? They know how to keep the people engaged. That's the difference.
Now, how would you describe your personal commentating style in 3 words?
Edgy, bangy, and loud.
Okay, we like those, you know. What makes a ballroom night truly unforgettable for you?
What makes a ballroom night unforgettable? You ever seen that video where they say, all I need is my check, my water, and good night?
Oh.
I need some water and my check, and that's all I need, honey. I show up, I do what you asked me to do, and goodbye.
All
And that's
right.
it.
'Cause you gotta get
All I
gotta
need
get
is
the
my
money up
check,
front. For real. Get the money up front.
a water, because a bitch get, all that, and have y'all have a good night. That's a good night for me.
How do you keep the energy alive when the crowd starts to fade?
It can be kind of rocky sometimes. In ballroom, it gets, the energy gets a little elevated, and, sometimes it does get a little rocky, but I think I seem to manage for the most part. If it gets to whatever, I feel like this is when, the promoters of the function step in and say, hey, stop. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, have you, if you could just recall one ball where you felt like the energy was just crazy, like in a good way, like I'm talking about you walked in the ball and you was just like, oh, this is about to be a good night. When was that? And what made it so, what gave you that, oh, this is about to be a good night?
I would say doing the Colors of Pride ball, I think it was the first one, Colors of Pride ball, the energy was on. Every house came in, they had on, their matching outfits or their theme for the night. The energy was on, everybody, they was drinking, they were mingling, I feel like when the beforehand energy is good, and everybody is in good spirits, I feel like we're gonna have a good night.
Well, so what category always gets you the most hype outside of commentating?
What category? Well, of course, everybody loves voguing. I do like runway, but something that most people, I think, sleep on a lot, I like to see bizarre categories. I think that's very intriguing how they I think bizarre doesn't get enough credit. They take all that stuff from scratch. They make all this extravagant and weird, out of this world type of stuff. And I feel like they don't get as much recognition as they should.
Okay. So what's the key to reading and writing the crowd's energy?
What's the key?
Yes.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Reading the room, discernment. I feel like I have very good discernment when it comes to things in life, period. So I can walk to, when I get booked and I go into a function, I'm always the first one there because I like to see the people come in. I like to see the energy. I like to fill out how it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm testing the mic. I'm talking to the DJ. I'm trying to get into a zone.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the key for me.
How do you think ballroom has evolved since you started?
It's everywhere. When I first started ballroom, it wasn't you would see bigger crowds at balls than you do today because it wasn't as many. Ballroom wasn't in as many places either.
It wasn't mainstream like how it is.
Now it's on TV and all this stuff. You have it overseas. You got it's everywhere. So it's it's hard to kind of keep. It's 3 balls every weekend on the same weekend. You know what I'm saying? You can't miss it.
You're gonna be at one of them.
You can't miss it.
So, okay, what's something people outside of the scene often misunderstand about ballroom culture?
Outside of the scene, what do they misunderstand? They think that ballroom is all voguing. That's what they think.
Okay.
When they say ballroom, they thinking cat canoe. That's that's it.
Now, this is just one of my own personal questions. Okay, what is the term for? Is it a dip? Is it a shablam? What is it? Because you hear so many different things. So I feel like the shablam is the whitewash version. But
we're gonna get this straight.
For the record.
For the fucking record, it is a dip. Everyone.
It's a dip.
If you are in ballroom and you are voguing, not nogging, I'm sure you. If you are voguing, it is a dip. It's a dip. It's a dip. Ain't no death drops. Ain't no shablam, shawams. They may say it in commentating. Baby, it's for the aesthetic. It's a dip. It's for you to feel it. Okay, that's it.
How important is it for commentators to know the history of ballroom and the houses?
Very important. It is important for commentators to be knowledgeable because people have accolades, people have history, and I believe it is a commentator's job to put forth the information that people don't know. That's why we have things like LSS to highlight people and things that they've done and accolades they've done, before the ball starts. So, you get to know who these people are.
In your opinion, what roles does a commentator play in preserving the legacy of ballroom?
Preserving the legacy of ballroom, kind of like I said previously, informing the people. You know what I'm saying? Making the people knowledgeable of the history of ballroom.
Okay. How do you balance paying homage to the old school while bringing something new?
Paying homage is by being influenced and putting my own spice and my own flavor while taking, something from the old that I have learned and putting that forward.
Because you ain't got to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
No, I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's no shade. I put my flavor and my sauce on it. You get people that like it, you get people that don't, but it comes with the territory. Hey.
So how does ballroom empower you personally and creatively?
How's it empower me? Honestly, ballroom it takes a lot of confidence. I'm gonna say that. A lot of girls, you get a lot of these keyboard warriors and stuff. Everybody got an opinion on the live, and you know what I'm saying, when things are going on, but the girls are not there. But but the girls are not there, but they have a lot to say. So, what was the question?
Yeah, but how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about when the girls are not there and they have a lot to say? Like, especially on the live.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Back in the day when I was coming up, I used to get into the comments and stuff a lot. And it kind of used to, make me feel away. Like, I would just go watch to see, see how I did and stuff like that. And I would see shit and I'd be like, oh, yeah, girl. But nowadays, all the things that I've accomplished and I've done and, steadfast and been through it, girl.
Okay.
Y'all could never. No shame.
What do you think makes ballroom commentary an art form in itself?
What makes it an art form in itself?
Yes.
Because if you explain it, if I have to explain to someone, I would say commentation is like rap, but it's not. It is a form of rap. You know what I'm saying? People say I kind of give rap teas, like, oh, you spit like bars, but voguing is a feeling, or not voguing, I'm sorry. House or ballroom music is a feeling, I feel like. So, when you create these things, it's a feeling behind it besides just words. So, of course, when you get all the acrobatics of commentating, all the brr cat and all of that stuff, it's a feeling. It's a, you know what I'm saying? That's art. You know what I'm saying? All like. I had to prepare myself. He did nothing. I'm like, I had to tuck my tongue. Tuck my tongue. Yeah.
Roll. What message or vibe do you hope people take away when they hear your voice on the mic?
Say it again.
What message or vibe do you hope people take away when they hear your voice on the mic?
I hope the girls feel it. That's the vibe I want. I want everybody, when I commentate for you, I want you to feel like you're that girl. You're the only one in here tonight. I want you to personally feel like, oh, I'm doing this just for you, bitch.
I like that.
That's what I'm doing this just for you.
Especially when somebody calling you out.
No shit.
Me?
That's exactly. That's what you want to feel like, right? No shade. That's exactly what you want to feel like, right?
Okay. So, how has being a part of ballroom shaped you outside of the scene?
It has given me confidence, to be who I am, on a day-to-day basis. It has given me the courage to take life by the reins and take charge. And, it's taught me to lead. It taught me to be my own person and not fall into the nooks and crannies and the crevices.
No, for real.
If you know what I'm saying. So
You gotta figure out who you are. You can't just fade into the back.
No shade.
If you could commentate one dream ball anywhere, anything, any lineup, what would it be?
I've always wanted to just throw my own ball. My own, like, birthday ball. I always wanted to just throw a birthday ball for me.
Birthday ball.
But, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to bring it back to, like, old school Detroit, like when the post was open, and, like, I want girls from that time. When I went into a ball, it was a feeling that I had, and I want to bring that energy back. That's what I like.
Now, with commentating, how do you hear it? Like, do you make it up? Do you look at certain stuff? Like, okay, like, if someone was to ask you to freestyle, how do you just, okay, I'm about to start out saying this.
So,
or do you look around?
Commentating, like, you know, the inspiration for me, it can come out of anywhere from anything. So, like, even with, like, my music, let's say I'm on the way to work, something will just come to me, and I just take out my phone, I get going in the notepad, so I don't forget this line, or I think that's cute, or I don't forget this rhythm or this melody type thing. Or, you know, other times it's spur of the moment. You at a ball, something happened, you start commentating off of it. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like commentation is, like, both a written and a freestyle thing. I just feel like it's how will you balance it as a commentator. I'm getting shy. See, that's the thing about the Buddah. Like, he's a little shy. Like, I am a person that's really, like, people may feel like this is a little out of my character, but this is why I decided to do it. So the girls can get it to me, no shade. Because
where did you come up with the name Buddah from?
It was a childhood nickname.
Childhood nickname? Okay,
that I
well,
just...
How did it start? Like,
I was a chubby little baby.
And people used to
and
rub
some...
their stomach for good luck?
Well, that started later. No.
They're not rubbing it for
No. No, but it was a child. It was a childhood nickname that I just kind of stuck with, and it fit well, you know. I'm the Buddah. I'm round, you know, soft, plushy, you know, Buddah.